Hey cuties, Peachy here. Welcome back to a new video, and in this video we finally have our first look at the other half of Shadow High Series 2 and also our first look at the new Rainbow High budget dolls. So stay tuned and let's get into it. Now, because I want to be careful, I'm not going to show the pictures here, but as always I will leave a link down below to the pictures on Instagram for y'all to check out. So first up, let's talk about everyone's favorite, the alien girl. So alien girl, which yes, we don't know her name, so we're just all calling her alien girl. I love how we just unanimously decided that. She has seafoam green skin, like her whole color scheme is like seafoam mint green, almost like Daphne's mint, but I feel like hers is more like in the blue tone, so it's more like a seafoam. I feel like it's more seafoam and Daphne's more mint. So she has a really unique look, and that's why people have been calling her alien girl, not just because of that, but also because she is wearing a Novi Stars reference t-shirt. So that's really awesome. Of course, if you don't know, Novi Stars used to be a doll line released by MGA, and then it was very short-lived, unfortunately, but it was a very unique alien doll line that was inspired by Monster High and Bretzelis and so many other countless doll lines. But basically, this is a really neat little insider reference because Novi Stars has been discontinued for a while now. So does this mean maybe it's a hint towards the future that Novi Stars might come back? I actually don't think there's like a big meaning behind this, but hey, it's always fun to speculate, right? I feel like it's just really fun whenever MJ throws little references from their other doll lines into other doll lines. It's like seeing the Lalaloopsy print in the OMG box, in the background. It's like just really neat to spot. But basically her outfit is, yes, the Novi Stars white t-shirt, which is cropped, and then she's wearing a really puffy white jacket that almost looks like an astronaut suit over that, which has a ton of patches all over the place, and the finish of the jacket is like vinyl-y and shimmery kind of. She has some silver detailings going across the elbow section, and then the zipper down the front is silver as well. She has some pocket details on the front as well, and we can't really see the back. But yeah, basically it's a white puffer jacket and it looks really nice. It's even lined, it seems, and then she's wearing a seafoam green skirt to match her skin tone. Now, people were saying that it feels weird because this skirt really blends into her skin tone, but I honestly feel like it doesn't really, it's not too bad, because the whole thing about Rainbow High, Shadow High is that they all have color themes that they stick to each doll, and so I feel like for her it's not like too like, oh, it's weird. Like, no, I feel like, you can see the skirt, she's wearing a skirt, and like it's not like invisible, like you can see she's wearing a skirt. So I feel like, yeah, okay, it's in her color scheme tone, but like I feel like it looks really cool. The actual design of the skirt reminds me of Mini Choi's skirt, actually, the black one. It kind of like has different panels. It even has some details on the front. I really like that. It's really cool. She does have a manicure in darker green, and that's basically all we can see about her outfit right now. We don't really have any more pictures of her shoes or like any more angles, but also we do have a picture close-ups of her face, which is beautifully done. I love her screening. I love her makeup, her eyeliner, the graphic liner, the white line on the top, below her eyebrows. Stunning. I love everything about her makeup. I love those added two circles above her eyebrows as well. It's just, her whole look is very eccentric. It's very like out there. It's inspired by high fashion, and I'm so here for it. And I do love the pop of light pink under her under eye shadow, and then for her lips as well. It just all matches. And her hairstyle, it looks a little bit meh, like here in the leaked pictures, but hopefully with the actual final product, it will look more like organized. And we have the deep purple fuchsia mix girl. Again, we don't know her name either. We don't know the names for any of these characters, for these last three characters, but basically she really sticks out. She has a really deep purple skin tone, but it's also not the same shade that Daya has, Diamante. Hers is more like a bluish purple. Hers is more like a like a pink purple, if that makes sense. And she has her hair in 2 pigtails, and her thing is that she has braids. So yes, she is the second doll to have the mini braids, like with Vanessa. Vanessa was the first doll to have braids for Rainbow High, and now here we have this girl with the braids in her pigtails. And she has some mixed deep blue braids as well. Otherwise, her braids are mainly just purple, light purple, dark purple, and then, like I said, the blue pops, which looks really great. I am so here for it. We definitely need more hair diversity and more hair textures. So I'm very happy that we're getting more hair textures here with this doll, even though, you know, again, it's a little too late. You know, it's like it's just not enough. We need more representation. Like, MGA, come on. It can't really harm you that much to give us more dolls with more textured hair and more braids and more like stuff. So it matters. But here we have her, which is at least a start. So she's the second doll, and she is really floral. Like, she has a lot of, like, her dress that she's wearing, it's very flat florally. It's like it's not tulle, but it's like, it feels very bouncy. And it's like 2 layers, and they're almost like organza. I feel like it has a very chromatic sheen, like it shines, you know. And then it's really funny. So the 2 layers at the bottom then, you know, connect to a belt, and then it kind of poofs out at the top, you know, like where her shoulders are, and it looks a little bit weird. Yes, like it looks a little bit like a lot's going on there, but I actually like it. It's like a flower, you know. I feel like this doll is very themed after flowers, and you know, and you're like just like the fluid movement. So I like that. It poofs out at the top, and then it poofs out at the bottom of the skirt. So I like that. And at the top, it does have more of a darker shade of purple with the layers. And she's wearing some floral inspired earrings that almost remind me of glass stained like the panels, like in churches. It really reminds me of kind of like something like that. So it really looks awesome. Obviously her belt and silver. She is wearing some gloves. Nice, love to see that. Her manicure is in deep purple, and then she is wearing some heels that do also continue that theme of like flowers and silver and purple little gems in the middle. I heard some people say that she could have used some boots or some like over-knee socks. I get that, but at the same time, I feel like if we gave every doll that's wearing heels like some over-knee socks, it would just not really work. So I feel like for her theme, like her design, I feel like it works. You know, the heels are very simple and they don't take away focus from the dress, which is so obviously the focus of her design. Obviously her face up's beautiful as well, very similar to the alien girl in that she has a lot of graphic liner here as well. It's very thick, but then she also has a lot of pronounced white eyeliner on the eyeshadow portion, on the eyelid, and then on the bottom, on the under eye portion. So I like that. It really brings out the eye. And she does have some baby hairs molded on. Same goes with the alien girl, by the way. And lastly, we do have the boy here of the series who is supposed to be related to Chanel Onyx, or at least it's a rumor, and I do feel like that could be the case. I mean, they do share the same color theme of black, even their eye colors kind of match, so I feel like that could be very likely. So I completely see that happening. But basically he has a buzz cut. It's all flocked. That's a new hairstyle, finally a new hairstyle for the Rainbow High boys. And he does have a new face mold. It seems it's not Ash's face mold and it's not River's face mold. It seems to be a good in-between kind of mixture, because the eyes are different, but the nose seems kind of more similar to River's, and then the lips also kind of like look different from Ash's, so looks different enough. Now the outfit he's wearing here, it's all black obviously, but we can only see the sweater, which says "I don't sparkle, I just have shade." Yeah, that's cringe, but like, what are you gonna do? I feel like overall the boy is very cute, and yeah, I'm very shook and impressed with the series 2 Shadow High. I mean, I thought the first half when they leaked was really impressive, and now the second half is just even better. So here's also some of the answers that y'all left on my prompt that I left on my stories on Instagram. So I feel like overall the response for Shadow High series 2 has been very good. So if this line, I mean, when it does get released next year in February or something like that, I do think it will do better than series 1 because it does have more color, and I do feel like Shadow High will probably stick around and not get canceled, at least for the next year. I hope But yeah, I'm very excited. The Alien Girl, the Fuchsia Girl, and I feel like Carla Choupette, those are like the top 3 for me. I cannot wait to see what happens because this new Series 5, Rainbow High Core, and then Shadow High Series 2, they both seem to be taking inspiration from, that they both no longer have second outfits, and they both seem to be more like runway designed, and maybe that's going to be the theme for season 4. Who knows? The Rainbow High budget doll. Now we have a picture, a first look at Emmy and Gabriella. So it seems that we're gonna get Rainbow High budget dolls of Series 3 up first. So in the face, for those 2 characters, it looks the exact same. The makeup, hair, everything. Although maybe the hair is even cheaper quality, it does look a little bit cheaper. But the main difference here is that they don't have much articulation anymore in the shoulder, elbow and wrist. So, and then they also don't have any knee or upper thigh swivel. So it's really just like the OMG budget doll that got introduced in the swim series, and obviously now we also have the lounge series, and so they're gonna keep using this budget doll body. So it's basically like the OMG one where it's like really like just like this, like you cannot pose her, there's no articulation, and it's just like hands down, legs, no posability whatsoever, and just minimal detail, which also affects the outfit because Emmy and Gabriella are wearing their signature outfit, but it does look a little cheaper. It looks downsized, it looks minimalized. The skirt doesn't look like the same material for Gabriella, and then the actual sweater for Emmy is shorter, and it's now not even a sweater, it's just a shirt. So there are some differences for the outfit pieces as well that are going to change presumably for the Rainbow High budget dolls. But I think it really just comes down to the price and how well they're going to be executed, because obviously these are early leaks, so the final product could always look different and more, better. So let's see how the final product looks like and how much you're going to retail for, because the OMG budget dolls I believe retail for like 15, or I don't think they retail for 20 in the US at least. I'm not sure, but I think the Rainbow High budget dolls, from what we've seen, they might retail for 15 at the same price. So let's see how they look. And also what the box design will look like, since presumably not only will they have lack of articulation, cheaper hair, minimal clothing, but they will also come with less. So obviously they're only going to come with the doll, the outfit, and then I guess maybe a comb. But I think overall it's a good first impression. I understand why people think they look really bad, because the proportions do look really awkward. I'm not sure why, because the feet, and I'm assuming the whole body mold is the same like they used for the normal body, but they just removed the articulation, but it still looks like a completely new body type, which is very interesting. It looks like they're much more slender, like the arms, the neck, it just looks way more lanky and cheaper. So I think that's why people have been having a problem with this first look, and I understand that. Yeah, they do look weird. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way daily and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time stay peachy. Kisses.